Welcome to All Pro Racing. My name is Mike Ella. Thanks for joining us for our Super Speedway series tonight here at Talladega Super Speedway, Talladega, Alabama. 2.66 miles. We got partly cloudy, 78 degrees. Winds out of the north, 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity, 45%. This is the championship that we're racing for here at All Pro Racing, and looking at our points here on the second of 6 races in this series. Matt Clifton, our point leader, by 1 over Everett Lane, 2 points over Martin Porter in third. Jeffrey Smith fourth, Jacob Nye fifth. Joining me for tonight's call in the booth tonight, Burles Falcons. Welcome, Burles.
Thank you there, Mr. Ellis. It's a pleasure to be with you. I'm looking forward to a good race, and I guess my initiation in the booth here, looks like we've got a lot of good talent in here tonight. I'm looking forward to this race.
Yeah, as qualifying begins here, we're 1 minute into a 10-minute session, open qualifying NASCAR style. So we'll just let these guys get at it and put up some times and see what they got here at Talladega. Want to do special thanks to tonight's sponsor, Skiers Marine, putting up some cash payouts for these drivers for the season and the race, I believe. So, boy, Burles, that cash sure brings them out, doesn't it? I think we got a full room.
It wouldn't surprise me. I believe we do. Money talks, they say, so we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. So, second of 6 series here in this series for the Super Speedway series on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to like us over on Facebook to get all the information, schedules, screenshots, pictures, news, everything is over there on Facebook at All Pro Racing. Don't forget also Pep's Paints, who graciously is the official painter for All Pro Racing. Many thanks to Pep's Paints and all he does for the team All Pro and getting them good colors. As provisional poll times are starting to roll in, Burles, who do we got up here on the provisional poll?
Well, right now we have Rod Runimus Jr. in the number 3 car. He's out of Florida, Division 1 driver.
Well, I think you're looking at the entries list. If you look at the results, it looks like Dustin Loynes is our provisional pole sitter with a 49.46. That's a good 2/10 over Matt Clifton in second with a 49.6.
Yeah, I thought I had a little goof there. Sorry, sports fans.
And boy, some other all team members, all pro members rolling in times. Dustin is now 6th in line as 5 cars bump him out. And we got some fast times up there. Everett Lane currently on provisional pole. Don't forget to join us Friday night for the Low Slug Nut Series. Collection of road courses. Great series over there. We're also running an IndyCar series on Mondays. So check it out. Also covering the winter NASCAR iRacing Series League events on Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. All Pro Racing got the broadcast for that. Last week was a stellar race with green flag stops and some incredible racing by a great group of drivers. So make sure to tune in this Thursday night at Twitch, All Pro Racing, to check out Winter Series NASCAR iRacing. And Verla's taking a look at NASCAR news, real NASCAR news. What's going on this week?
Well, kind of surprised. Mr. D.W. Wallace wants to leave Joe Gibbs Racing and is probably going to the Roush team so he can get a full-time ride in the Nationwide Series, which, I've raced with him and I know you have too. And he's just a nice gentleman. He is a pleasure to be around.
Yeah, great young man. Certainly an iRacer out there who's raced with us before. Yeah, even here at All Pro. So congratulations to him for getting a ride. He actually did not have a ride until this all went down. He had to earn a release from Gibbs, and he got a ride with Roush apparently, which is yet to be announced. But looks like it's a promising future for Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, I'm happy for the young man. I don't believe Joe Gibbs wanted to lose him, but Joe Gibbs is the kind of guy. I've met and talked with Mr. Gibbs in person, and he ain't one to hold you back. If if he can't accommodate you, he's going to help you get to where you can.
Absolutely. So he just didn't have the money, is what it comes down to. The other young man who we're proud of, Joey Logano, one of our 4 Chase for the Cuppers, got married this week. And congratulations to him and his fiancée, Brittany Baca. So typical off-season news, Verlis, here in December.
Oh yeah, I was reading an article earlier that when Dale Jr. Signed with Hendrick, Jeff Gordon had called him to congratulate him, and actually said, "Oh, I got red lights behind me." Got stopped by a cop, and Gordon says, "Well, I could tell by the look on his face he wasn't a Gordon fan." And Dale Jr. said, "Well, hand the phone to me." So he handed the phone to Dale Jr., and then it was one of those, "Have a nice day, sir, and drive safe." Let him go.
Well, how about that? So another neat story comes out. In other news this week, the Snowball Derby happened in real life and in iRacing. Verlis, you and I ran that. It was a mess. We were not able to finish that race. But in the real life, John Hunter Nemechek, son of Joe Nemechek, Front Row Joe, his son John Hunter wins the Snowball Derby, 47th annual this week. Favorites, Eric Jones finished 27th, Chase Elliott 29th, Ross Kenseth 35th. Back to our action here on the track at iRacing. Boy, we got a pack out there, Verlis. Led out there by the 30 car of Rod Romanus Sr., trying to get some time, but boy, he's got a long ways to go to catch up with our provisional pole sitter, Everett F. Lane.
Yeah, and I see Mr. J.T. Martin has moved up to the 2nd spot, knocking down Matt and Nick and Mitchell Reed. So those are all top 5, 6, 7. Well, really, the whole group they're great racers, and they're very all competitive.
And let's pick up the 123 car, James Peterson, normally up here in the booth with us. JP3 decided to take to the track tonight. Wanted to run with the boys, so he's out there currently running laps by himself. He's not going to get a fast one like that. He's going to have to find a teammate and at least push somebody as we run out of time here. 20 seconds left.
It's going to be a tough thing for him to do. But starting the back is not all bad. But we do know this is Talladega, and we know it's not if we have the big one, it's usually when.
Well, absolutely. So one reset, they're not going to want to use that early. Lots of race strategy in play here as qualifying wraps up. Checkered flag is out. Thanks to Skiers Marine and Michelangelo's Painting for presenting the Super Speedway Series here at All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis, joined by Burles Falcons and Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Lots of behind-the-scenes work happening here at All Pro Racing, preparing for the 2015 season.
Yeah, let's have some fun.
Make sure to go to our Facebook page and like us over there at All Pro Racing. Get all the information and scoops.
I don't know if you heard earlier today, Mike, but NASCAR is considering making a change to the format of the Truck Series. I don't know exactly what that's all, the championship format. So, NASCAR, they're always changing something.
Yeah, most of the time it seems to work out for them. As we get ready for our Skiers Marine Grid. Starting on the pole, Everett F. Lane in the 24 Fast Lane Racing Chevy Camaro. Starting on the outside pole, Jeff T. Martin in that Georgia Bulldog number 7 Chevy Camaro. Third spot goes to All Pro Racing's Matt Clifton in the Bass Pro Shops 20 Chevy Camaro. Identical paint job for his teammate Nick Reynolds, also from All Pro Racing, starting in the 4th spot in the 54. Starting in the 5th spot is Raul Alves in the 77 Pepsi Cola made with real sugar Chevy Camaro. You saw Raul make a great run last week, but it got caught up in some action. You know he's wanting to finish tonight.
And in 6th spot, we have Mitchell Reeves, number 2, in the Chevrolet. And in the 7th spot, we have Damon Gilbert, number 6, with a 49.273. 8th is Dustin Lee. Dustin had a time of 49.274. And in 9th is Rod Ronimus Sr. And in number 10 spot, we have Bobby Stewart with a 49.918.
Yep, and now actually Dick Hunt in the 10th spot still hasn't gridded here. I think he missed the start. So Bobby Stewart starting 11th. James Torrey in the 11 car. Lone Star Rod and Custom. Ford Mustang. Boy, we finally got a Ford down here in 12th. James Torrey. Starting in the 13th spot, Scott Bailey in the 08 Left Lane Racing car. Jeffrey Smith starting in the 14th spot in the Fast Lane Racing car. Seems to be a theme here among some of these paint jobs. Donald Sadusky starting in the 15th spot in the Snap-on Tools Chevy Camaro.
In the 16th spot, we have Dustin Lyons, number 5 car. And in the 17th spot, we have Rod Ronimus Jr., which is obviously rated to Mr. Ronimus Sr. In 19th, we have James Peterson, number 9. And in 20th spot, we have Jeremy Crandall, number 20 car with a time of 49.627.
And that's your top 20, but we got a full field out there as they double up. Pace car lights are off. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. And boy, what are these guys thinking here as they come down for the green, Burles? Keep it clean. It's a long race, and probably get to the bottom.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That seems to be the preferred line. Looks like they lined up pretty good from my view. Looks like it's going to be a good start.
And the green flag's out. Everett Lane racing down. Jeff T. Martin gets a great run on the outside with his teammate right behind him, Nick Reynolds. They try to push by Everett Lane, our pole sitter. He's got no help out there as Matt Clifton goes high. Oh, and Nick Reynolds gets into Everett. Everett comes back up the track. They all keep it together. And boy, that was not good for Everett F. Lane.
No, it sure wasn't. Little hairy.
Yeah, I'm sure Nick Reynolds didn't mean to do that. He's a good driver, but he did come down into Everett. Everett's got some significant damage there on his right front corner. He's going to be wanting to get a reset. Got one spinning back there, but we stay green. Looks like that was the Valvoline car, Burles.
It sure looked like it.
Not sure who that was, but we do stay to keep it together here.
Yeah, we're still green flag racing.
I'm hearing some driver chatter that our race meets are not up to date. As we let's reset up front, Burles. We got the 7 of Jeff T. Martin as our leader. Nick Reynolds in the 54 right behind him in the Bass Pro Shops with Matt Clifton right behind them. As, boy, the 51 gets up into the wall, Dustin Lee, and now he's around and we're wrecked.
Oh, we got the yellow out. Dustin Lee.
And that was Dustin Lee, folks. Let's take a replay of the 51. And Dustin running some new colors tonight. He's usually in the Olive Hills Welding. He's in the Quick Lane Racing car this week, and he gets up into the wall there behind Damon Gilbert, and he starts to come down, but Bobby Stewart is already there and gets into him, and Dustin hard into the wall. So Bobby Stewart's got damage. Let's pick up our leaders and see if they pit. This could be a big break, Burles, for Everett F. Lane to get his damage repaired.
Yeah, it sure could, and I know Nick feels bad about that, and you know, it was certainly just a racing incident.
And here we are, lap 4. Are they going to pit?
Ooh, got 2 more going around back here. 51
Under caution. Well, they're wrecking under caution, I guess, as the pace car picks up the field over here in 4. Looks like our leaders are looking like they're going to stay out.
Yeah, it looks like they all got it back under control.
Yeah, and Everett Lane surprisingly stays out. Does not go. Oh, and here's Everett Lane catching up to Nick Reynolds side by side with the 54 here under caution. These guys obviously having gestures and words out the window. But Nick Reynolds going down low to try to stay away from Everett Lane, who's obviously a bit steamed about getting wrecked there. So Dustin Lee given the EOL penalty there for causing the caution. Tough break for Dustin Lee. Let's Verlis, let's try to get an interview with our leader. I'll bring him down here and I'll pick up the first interview. Mike Ellis for JT Martin. You got me?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Well, drama out there on the track, but hey, you're not part of it. That's the good news, huh?
Yeah, I drifted down just a little bit, and I think Nick thought he was clear and went down a little bit with me. It was an accident. He apologized to him.
Yeah, we saw Nick get into Everett Lane a little bit there, but Everett coming up next to Nick during the caution, probably pointing fingers and such, but interesting drama. But hey, you have the lead now. How's the car, and what's your strategy here?
Oh, the car's pretty good. We're just and it's getting pushed real well by Nick. I just want to keep it up here. I don't want to get caused and getting no drama back there in the back. That's for sure.
All right. Well, we'll be watching. Good luck out there.
Thanks, Mike.
So there you go, Verlis. JT Martin leading our race.
And he's a good guy to race with.
And pace car lights are out, and it looks like we're going to be single file restarts tonight, old school style. This we found that causes less cautions, Verlis, when we start the races this way.
Yes, that's something kind of new for us, I guess. And it seems to work well. Some guys like it, some don't. But it's like everything else. Everybody adjusts to whatever it is that's going on.
So lap 6 here at All Pro Racing. All of them lined up against the wall. That's the best place to be because you cannot pass to the left before the green. So they get up against the wall so you can't pass to the right. There's a wall.
Exactly. As we've all discovered, too wide starts, sometimes guys get anxious and try and go up the middle, and usually nothing good comes out of it, Mike.
Looks like Timothy Schultz was not able to start the race, but other than that, it's a full room. Dustin Lee, last car on the lead lap. Looks like Damon Gilbert decided to go back there with him, Verlis.
Yeah, those two seem to work pretty good together. I've raced with them before, and as well as you have. And they'll be back up front before the night's over.
Oh, yeah. They're always the ones to watch here on the super speedways. As with pace cars off, JT Martin bringing them down. Our newlywed, green flag. A quick story, Jeff is from Georgia. He went over to Tucson to visit some family and ended up getting married while he was in Arizona.
Well, that was kind of a neat story
unplanned,
there, Mike.
Yeah. But everyone lined up here for the single file restarts. Nose to tail, first four. And I'll tell you who's hot. That's the guy in fifth.
Yeah, he's going to make his presence known here pretty quick.
He's hooked up right now with Raul Alves. And like last week, Alves was making his presence known up front before he got wrecked out. No surprise to see Alves back up here in the top five, Verlis.
It's sure not. And he has given Everett Lane a good push. And it looks like we might have a new leader at the start-finish line if they keep moving like they are.
Make sure you're on a live shot there. And Everett Lane takes the lead there down the backstretch as they get ready to go into three. Alves is not clear. Everett is, but they don't have enough.
Well,
Nick Reynolds is pushing hard on the bottom. And this is a good old-fashioned pushing contest for us, and it's a matter of managing the temps, really.
That's right, Mike. And they got about a 10-car breakaway to another group that's probably about 20 cars back. And but it looks
this
like
is when
they might be coming
you're in a
back
panic if you're in that second group, aren't you?
Oh yes, definitely. But you know, this is going to be a fairly long race, so lots of things can happen.
And back up front, Everett Lane gets out front just a little bit. I don't think it's enough to keep it, though. Raul Alvis giving him everything he's got in that 77 car. Nice looking paint job. Whoa, and the 3 blew up.
He did. The 3 disc blew up.
Tough break,
right.
but that gives Everett Lane the lead. How about this, Verlis? We got a damaged car out front.
It's crazy. Who would have thought that he could be out there? But you know, looking back at it, they just pretty much doored each other, and I don't think it was as bad as we thought it would be.
Obviously not. So Alvis calling out that he's really hot here. That takes the 7 and the 20 to the high side. That's Jeff T. Martin with Matt Clifton, followed by Mitchell Reeves. A tough break for Rod Romanus Jr. there. Having a good run, but he just pushed it too far.
He must have had a weak engine on the start, Mike, because it's too early in the race, really, to be losing the motor.
Well, if you're not switching and you're pushing hard, you can certainly overheat these B cars. And it looks like that second group is starting to pick up steam and be able to catch maybe this first group. And the 7, he goes down, takes the lead. Jeff T. Martin in front of Everett Lane. So Matt Clifton can get some cool air. And look at Raul Alvis and how he backed off, trying to get that engine cooled down.
Hieronymus and Jeremy Crandall have already caught the pack. And the number 73 and the bad lane, number 3, are making a little move on the outside.
Yeah, apparently Rod Romanus Jr. is okay. I thought he had blown up, but maybe not.
Well, I happened to be looking back in the pack when that happened, and I saw a flash of light, which would indicate it looked like exhaust fire. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to check with him later if we can. As we got a new pair on the outside here making a run for the lead. That's the 19 and the 40. Donald Sadusky making his first appearance in the top 5, along with Dustin Loynes in the 40. Dustin is new to All Pro Racing, I believe. Welcome, Dustin. And obviously he belongs because he's up front, pushing Sadusky right up to the lead here. And can they get clear? It doesn't look like it. The 40's ducking out for air. And now Scott Bailey is back with Jeffrey Smith on the outside. Whoa, as we got a huge wreck.
Uh-oh. Here's the big one, I'm afraid. Maybe not.
Sure
Maybe
is.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And Jeff Martin, boy, one of our early leaders involved. Let's take a replay on the 7. It was actually Raul Alvis was pushing on the 19 of Sadusky. Trying to get a replay here. Just the 40 caught the back of the Sadusky car wrong there going through the corner, and it just shot him down into the bottom lane, and boy, it was on after that. Tough break for Jeff T. Martin, Raul Alvis. Donald Sadusky, I think, is okay. But boy, Everett Lane not wanting to get involved again. He got involved. The 77 is involved.
You're going to have some upset the drivers and crew chiefs.
JP3 involved. And boy, these guys are going to be using their resets. Surely, as we come around to pit roads, let's see. Let's pick up the leaders live. Bobby Stewart taking it behind the wall. James Torrey is taking it behind the wall. And it looks like Raul Alvis is going to get the end-of-line penalty there. For causing that caution. And all of our leaders are in. What do you got, Burles? Are they taking tires?
Looks like they are. At least about the top 10 are.
And as they pull off, I see a lot of people with no tires. Looks like Sadusky's going to be the first one off pit lane. Oh, perhaps Everett Lane.
Yeah, I think Everett beat him off. And the 77, he was a little bit slow coming out of the pits.
Yeah, he did get an end-of-line penalty, so he will be going to the back. As, let's see, we did have some cars stay out. Let's pick them up. They want some TV time. William Toney in the 87 Black Crown car stayed out, as well as the 61 Paul Pellissier in the All-Pro Racing car. The 44 Jason Sizelove, James Peterson, JP3 in the 123 also stayed out. So 4 cars. Not sure what they're planning.
Well, I personally think staying out this time of the day is probably not a good move on their part. But, you know, their crew chiefs know more than we do. That's why they're up on the pit box and we're up here in the booth.
Why don't you get an interview here, Burles, with Rod Romanus Jr. Find out if he blew up or not. I'm going to drag him in.
Rod Romanus Jr., this is Burles in the booth. We thought you blew up back there. It looked like there was an explosion, or can you tell us what happened? You there, Rod?
So obviously, Burles, your radio must not be working. But we're not able to get in contact, I guess, with Rod Jr. Let's see if we can pick up JP3. Is he in here? He's not in TeamSpeak, but he is our leader. And James Peterson in the JA printing car getting it done. Too late for interviews now. Pace car lights are off. We're coming around to green.
I don't know what happened to me.
He certainly was involved in that incident. You can see the tire marks on the left side of JP3's car, as well as some white marks on the top. He's a little pushed in on the left rear. But hey, we've seen damaged cars up there running at the front already tonight. Why not, you know?
Mike, do you have a copy on me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to me there.
I think I think our driver just couldn't hear us. But regardless, pace car's off. GP3 bringing them down. Green, green, green. Well, Everett Lane getting a slow start there. Sadusky's right on him. What have they got for JP3? As they go to the outside to pass James, he has no help up here. As Clifton and Mitchell come up to go around him too. And they do as well. And boy, talk about freight training.
Yeah, they hung him out to dry, didn't they?
Well, they know he's got damage. They know he hasn't stopped. As we're 3 wide here for 5th. And Matthew Quick. And the coolest looking car I've seen in a while, the 89. Boy, he's got a cat on the hood. So up front, we got 2 pairs breaking away. Everett Lane and Donald Sadusky, followed by Clifton and Reeves. Who's after that, Verlis?
Come back. I lost you there for a minute, Mike.
What kind of racing do you got back there for 4th?
In the 4th place, we got Mitchell Reeves, followed by Matthew Quick in the 89 car, and that is one wild paint job.
Yeah, he just got passed by the father-son duo of Rod Romanus Sr., iRacing's very own Iron Man, with his son Rod Romanus Jr. as they head to the front. Now up to 5th and 6th.
Yeah, they're a tough combination to deal with.
Obviously working together. They got some good track position now. As our leaders decide to split up. And Everett Lane going straight to the wall and getting freight trained big time. And boy, it looks like up front they almost touched the 19 and the 8. Martin Porter. Now they're going 3 wide for the lead. Mitchell Reeves on the outside.
19 drifted down below the yellow line a little bit. That could spell drastic consequences.
Yeah, just getting loose and getting wrecked as the 0-2. Oh, Matt Clifton gets to go turn around.
3's involved. 19's involved.
The
Dustin
20
Lee's involved.
Oh, my. I think that was net code, Verlis. As we pick up a replay of Matt Clifton in the 20 Bass Pro Shops on the outside. Oh, it's definitely net code. They're a good 2 feet away, Verlis, and it appears they touch, but they're 2 feet away.
Yeah, I would say that's net code because you're exactly right. They've got distance between them.
Yeah, net code problem. I don't think we can call out Sadusky or Matt Clifton for that incident. But a tough break. That's why we do give these guys 1 reset for those kind of situations when those kind of things happen. So hopefully these guys are able to get back up in there. So we won't be handing out an EOL on that one as we go back live here. Looks like Mitchell Reeves is going to pick up the lead. And boy, that happened right up front too. So
yeah, that's a bad place to be having a wreck, isn't it?
Let's see. The 19 Sadusky is actually our leader. It shows. Let's see. He's really tore up. Hopefully he's pitting. It looks like he's staying out. So Sadusky stays out, all tore up. Mitchell Reeves stays out. Martin Porter stays out. Everett Lane stays out. Cecil Rene. Dustin Loynes. So very split strategy here, Burles, on lap 22.
I was looking at that replay, and I'm not so sure that there wasn't an arrow push off the 19.
Well, from my vantage point over here, I clearly see that there's a big old air space between them. At the point, there was no contact, so. Tough break. Sometimes that happens in iRacing. Let's talk, Burles, a little bit about that. We had a new build come out today that made some tire changes to this car, as well as I think they moved the... Oh, looks like our leader has run out of fuel under caution. I wonder if he has a hole in his tank. Oh, he said he forgot to pit, Burles.
Oh, that is a drastic mistake on the part of Mitchell Reeves. I don't know what his crew chief's thinking.
Not Mitchell. That was Sadusky who ran out of gas. So Sadusky brings it to a halt on the backstretch. I don't think, he's going to have to tow it. He tows it in.
Oh, that's a shame. He's, Donald's nickname is Carrot, so I imagine his carrot's bright orange right now.
So that's going to leave 19 cars on the lead lap. Michael Johnson, last car on the lead lap. Whitey out there riding around. Let's see if we can pick up an interview with our leader and sponsor, Mitchell Reeves. Mike Ellis in the booth for Mitchell Reeves. You got me.
I got you, Mike.
Well, you made it through that, but you lost your partner. How'd that go?
Mike, it's been one of those races. We got a lot of tempers flaring. It's like we're at a short track, and we're at one of the biggest tracks on the NASCAR circuit. It's just been a crazy race, and just survival of the fittest, really. The Skiers Marine Bass Pro Chevy's been hanging in there. We're going to see if we can get a win here.
Yeah, so interesting between Nick and Everett. Sparks fly, and then that last one was actually net code. So that was not something we could blame on somebody. Unfortunately, there was about 2 foot of space between the two cars when they connected. So.
Oh yeah, and that can be part of my fault. I didn't make the best move going down with Matt. I thought he was clear. I was waiting for him to clear, and just never did. But definitely got to thank Skiers Marine for me out front, All Pro Racing, Michael D'Amico behind the cameras, you and Verlis up there. Got to thank for everything y'all are doing.
Yeah, thanks to Skiers Marine for sponsoring these events. Good luck to our leader, Mitchell Reeves. And stepping into the booth after being wrecked out, Jeff T. Martin out there was representing the Georgia Bulldogs. Hey, Jeff, tough break tonight.
Yeah, just frustrating, especially that first one. I was just going along, and it just all of a sudden just got turned. I didn't see the whole thing, but
yeah, and we had net code on this last caution as pace car lights are off. We're about ready to go back to it, guys. Mitchell Reeves leading them down. Pace car's off. And green, green, green. And I think the surprise, Burles, so far, Everett Lane is still right there in the top 3.
We've both raced with Everett before, and he's pretty tenacious. I can say that for him.
Yeah, they all line up here. Oh, and then Martin Porter and Everett Lane take it high on Mitchell. Mitchell lost his partner there. Looks like Cecil Rene going to pick him up. Cecil Rene, a previous winner here at All Pro Racing, making his first appearance in the top 5 tonight.
Oh, Dustin got hung out. I thought he was going to have room to get down in there, but he didn't.
And it looks like there's some shuffling up front with these cars as Martin Porter goes high to work with Everett Lane, leaving Mitchell Reeves to work with Cecil Renee.
Well, what these guys are going to do in the back, you got this front pack, and then after that, they are just scattered out all the way to the turn.
Yep, so top 10 pretty much packed up. 4 cars a little bit back from them, but then the rest of them are pretty scattered back. They need to get lined up and organized.
Well, who knows what's going on back there. Tempers flared early, and they may be flaring in the back also.
Christopher Mata is up to the top 5 for the first time in the 27 car. Also running new paint scheme, all from All Pro Racing.
Yeah, Pep's Paints does a great job with the painting on those cars, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Are you picking up any racing, Martin? What do you see out there? We must have lost Jeff as Martin Porter gets the lead again, pushed by Everett Lane. And Mitchell, I think, is just riding, guys, trying to figure out when his teammate's going to make it back up here. One of them's not too far back. Nick Reynolds, 4th in line on the bottom. Works with Mitchell lots of times, so I'm sure Nick is anxious to try to get up there if he can, but there's nowhere to go. It looks like Everett Lane finally hooked up with his teammate, the 25 of Jeffrey Smith, allowing the 40 of Dustin Loynes to get up there behind Martin Porter. So it's like a chess match, I guess.
Yeah, it certainly is, and the 64 got hooked up with the 02 now, so 64 got down below the yellow line. That is dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. As 24 and 25 are hooked up on the outside, let's see if they can make a run on Porter and Loynes. I hope I'm saying that name right. Dustin in the Adidas car. As he drifts up, he must be hot. Mitchell Reeves is taking a look underneath. Boy, that's some tight racing.
Ooh, they're getting down below the yellow line again.
That can be tricky down there. It looks like Jeffrey Smith and Everett Lane got a run this time. Are they going to get clear and pull down in the bottom?
I believe they are, Mike. I think they're going to make it this time.
Yeah, as they make the move down, and they're clear, and boy, that's easier than it looks, folks. As Mitchell's had enough, and he pulls up high to work with Christopher Mata, or no, he pulls it back down. He doesn't know what to do.
Well, they got race chatter going on. They're trying to get their strategy together, and
yeah, what was the term that old Darrell Waltrip used to use? Cooperation.
And that's it. For a minute, I thought the 02 was going to come from the outside by himself, but I guess he's going to duck back down now. Yeah, he's back down in line now.
Yeah, he's just cooling it while he can. I think just in preparation of making a run. And you can see him ducking out there, trying to get a little bit of air on the nose of that car. As they're checking up, you can see it. And they're all lined up here, Furless. When they're lined up like this, you can't get on the outside or you can go straight to the back.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. I've been hung out, so have you, and it's just empty feeling back there.
So let's reset our field here. Let's go through the field. Everett Lane, our leader, followed by Jeffrey Smith. Martin Porter in third. Dustin Loynes in fourth. Mitchell Reeves fifth. Sixth, Cecil Rene. Followed by, guess who, Damon Gilbert. Working with Jeremy Crandall. And boy, as he goes down in front of Nick Reynolds, Nick has to take evasive action.
Ooh, getting a little hairy back there, Mr. Ellis.
And Crandall leaves it on the outside. Mitchell pulls up to work with him. And finally, Mitchell's got some help.
Mitchell Reeves is a hard charger. Wouldn't be surprised to see them come right to the front.
I think Damon Gilbert just decided he needed to be in front of Nick Reynolds, who was also a teammate. Whoa, and we almost get a wreck as Porter goes up to block. Didn't work. Here in the 20 car is going to pit from 16th spot because he's out of gas. Matt Clifton going to be bringing it down. That's a tough break not to be able to pit under caution. Not sure why he stayed out.
Well, I'm not either. That is Coochie's kicking himself.
As he even overshoots his pit, Matt Clifton on pit road. Back up front, the Fast Lane Racing showing the way. In fact, I think last week, Burles, I think it was 4 of the top 6 were from Fast Lane Racing. They had a really good run.
They did. That team, it's a pretty strong team out here, week after week.
Okay, I was trying to figure that out.
So Everett Lane leading the way. Jeffrey Smith, obviously a teammate. They're running the same colors out there. So we know they're working together. Jeffrey Smith just trying to keep it cool and hold off the advances of these guys on the outside. This time we got Crandall being pushed by Mitchell.
Looks like a good combination there. Looks like they're going to move right up. And the 8 car keeps ducking down below the yellow line. And
we got more of them pitting now. And we have green flag stops obviously happening. We have several cars on pit road, including the 29, the 27, and the 87 spin getting on pit road. That's William Toney and Christopher Mata's spin getting on pit road. 29 is down for fuel. So lots of action on pit road. When will our leaders pit? Looks like Mitchell called he's pitting this time by. Martin Porter goes down to the apron and almost spins out. Mitchell goes down to pit.
yeah, I hope he gets it under control.
So more of our leaders pulling it down pit road, including Nick Reynolds. Damon Gilbert is on pit road in the Quick Lane Racing car as well. Dustin Lee sits on pit road. All these guys fuel only, Burles.
Yes,
Nick
you're
Reynolds
right,
overshot his pit.
Yeah, those cars, they just took fuel. They don't need any tires, I guess.
Not under a green flag stop. That takes way too long. Back up front. Let's pick up our leaders. Are they going to pit this time by? Everett Lane, yes, he pulls down along with Jeffrey Smith. the 40, Dustin Loynes, as well as Cecil Rene, all on pit road. Love seeing green flag stops right here at All Pro Racing. And again, fuel only for all these cars. As these guys pull back out. Everett Lane slow to get off pit road there.
Caution.
Caution is out. JP3 is involved with Jeremy Crandall. Let's take a replay of the 123 car. And boy, what a break for those guys that just stopped, I think. Taking a replay here. It looks like the 123 and the 30 are pushing around Jeremy Crandall up here. And Crandall kind of comes up into them, it appears. Yeah, and Crandall brings out the caution, taking out JP3 in the process. Tough break for JP3.
Yeah, it sure is. As everybody knows, probably, JP3 is one of our announcers. And, yeah, I see something back there on the track, and I'm going to go back and see if I can see what's going on back there.
So right in the middle of green flag stops, the caution comes out here at All Pro Racing. Let's see if we can reset what the heck is going on. Nick Hunt is shown as our leader in the 99 car, Harley Davidson Chevy Camaro. And it looks like there's a couple cars on the tail end of the lead lap. Christopher Mata is in the 27 and Raul Alvis in the Pepsi car are right in front of Nick Hunt. So they should be able to get the wave around here with 1 to go and stay on the lead lap. The 89 and the 77. What will the 99 do? He pulls down to pit road. So he had not stopped, so he's going to be able to stop under caution. So that worked out good for Nick. I think he might have been the only one pitting this time.
I think you're right.
All right, let's see if we can pick up the new leader would be Jeffrey Smith in the 25. Followed by Cecil Rene in the 64. Dustin Loynes in the 40. Everett Lane in the 24.
Bringing up the fifth spot is Mitch Reeves, followed by Damon Gilbert, Martin Porter, James Hickson. Good to see James, nicknamed Jimbo, moving up to fellow Texan there. Jason Hughes is in 9th, and rounding up top 10 is Nick Hunt.
Let's get a driver interview with our leader, Jeffrey Smith. Go ahead, Verlis.
It's open for you. Don't let it close, then get back in. It ain't even going to matter if
Jeff,
it closes.
It's good to see you up front. How's it going for you?
Yeah, but I don't know what channel we're on, bro. Okay, 10-4. It feels pretty good right now. I got a bunch of good guys back here behind me, and it's been hard to get up here, but we're here now, and we'll see if we can hang on.
See, there you go. Looks like you avoided some disaster getting to the front, but congratulations on your run.
Well, thank you.
Are you good to go on fuels there, Smith?
Yes, sir. 10-4. We're good to go.
All right, well, good to see the Fast Lane Racing cars up there in the top 5 today. Good luck.
Well, thank you. Everett, you might need
And there you go, our leader, Jeffrey Smith, bringing him around. So, Bart, did you get sorted out? You got video over there?
Yeah, I did.
All right, well, who do you like here as we are on the one to go? Pace car lights are off.
I'm going to say you can't never count out Mitchell and Damon. They're always fast, and I think it might be left to them two to work together. So we'll see how they work out.
Yeah, 5th and 6th. Reeves starting there in the 5th spot. Damon Gilbert starting 6th. We'll have to see here as they come back around. Let's reset. We got 14 cars on the lead lap. It's lap 41. 10 laps to go. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. More caution so far. And 13 lead changes. My name's Mike Ellis. In the booth with me, Jeff Martin and Burles Falcons. Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Let's bring them down green. Hopefully we finish this out with 10 to go. Jeffrey Smith. And there they go, green, green, green. And Dustin Loynes, guys, having a great run for his first outing in All-Pro Racing. Currently P3. And Cecil Rene wastes no time taking the lead there from Jeffrey Smith. And Burles, looks like Mitchell and Damon are bottled up here.
It sure does. Well, now they're trying to make a move on the outside there.
Yeah, so on the outside, Jeffrey Smith being pushed by Dustin Loynes, followed by Everett Lane and Martin Porter. On the inside, Cecil Rene with Mitchell Reeves and Damon Gilbert.
Two chase cars on the outside, 48 and 24, are moving around quite a bit. And Everett Lane, he dropped back down to the low line in 4th hole.
And James Peterson takes it behind the wall. We got a good old-fashioned pushing contest here up front. Dustin Loynes continuing to impress here. And it looks like, Jeff, there's only got about 10 cars in this race right now. Everyone else is kind of falling back.
Yeah, well, you get the same group of guys usually get up there and pretty much race each other, and then you have some of the other people that come in and end up making a name for themselves. Right now you got Mitchell and them up there in the front, and they should get it all worked out here this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against Cecil Rene either. He's won these races before at All Pro Racing. And boy, he's got the track position. He just doesn't have a partner, and that just got proven as Mitchell takes it to the outside around Cecil. And we have a new leader. And with Dustin Lee sitting behind the wall, Damon Gilbert is hooked up with Mitchell Reeves.
That's probably a pretty bad situation for the rest of them because those two out front are pretty tough to get around.
And you can see they're already pulling a gap, Martin.
Yeah, well, he'll have it running up there pretty good for a few minutes. Then they'll get a little warm, and these guys on the outside will start making a big one. And they'll get up there right next to him. Then it's a matter of who's kept it cool the longest.
And Everett Lane and Martin Porter go around Cecil Rene. Cecil has no help out there. And he's obviously the odd man out.
Well, not necessarily. Now, if you look, you got Matt Clifton and Nick right behind him.
Yeah, looks like Nick is picking him up for now. And it looks like Jeffrey Smith goes high, so he can switch with Dustin Loynes. And Porter, he's getting it done up front against Gilbert. And Everett Lane dumps Porter and takes the lead. And that might have been the winning move. We'll have to see as Porter falls back big time.
Yeah, he's still falling back through the pack right now. It looked like Martin pushed him right up there and Everett dumped him.
And it didn't take long, though, for Mitchell Reeves and Damon Gilbert to get back around Everett. They're not clear, though. Oh, and we got one spinning.
40 started.
Smith is
25
around. He saves it.
Save it.
We're 4 laps to go. We stay green as Jeffrey Smith does a hell of a save. But he's out of the running now. And Cecil Rene, he's flirting with that darn apron again, Burles.
I don't know what's with. I don't know if he's got problems with his car or what.
Just trying to get some air, I'm sure, as they're lining up here. What is Mitchell going to do with Damon Gilbert? They got to be planning a move right now as we're running out of laps. It's lap 48.
Oh, it's going to get hairy up front.
And you know the Jeff that Everett Lane was kind of steamed with that first incident, and I'm sure he's determined to keep that lead.
Oh, absolutely. It's just like earlier when he was in the front. He's a good racer, and he plans on staying up there. He don't plan on letting nobody by him, but he's got to have a good push behind him from Cecil to stay up there, because this outside line, this last 2 laps is going to really come on strong.
As the lap the 08 car, the 30 is going to take it 3 wide here as Rod Roman Sr. is going for the win with the 77 of Raul Alves on the outside. We have a 3 wide race here for the win. It's lap 49. And Gilbert kind of pushes them high. But the 30's having none of it. He's down there side drafting hard on Gilbert. And boy, that's experience, isn't it, Martin?
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got Mitchell and Damon coming here on the outside. And this is where you're going to see who's going to hold it and who's actually going to get ahead. Depends on who can stay the coolest.
Yeah, Raul Alba's continuing to impress on the outside there. 3 wide situation. Clifton not sure where to go.
Yeah,
that's the white.
One to go, guys. One to go.
If anything, he's going to get up there and try to help his teammate. I don't know if he don't have enough help to get up there, though.
And Rod Romanus is making another run on the outside here. And Gilbert pushes him high. Gilbert's all over the place. Let's see what happens here. Can he keep Mitchell up front? Mitchell pulls down and dumps his teammate, but takes the lead. And that's how it's done. Oh, Everett Lane's not going to like that. If he goes high, will Gilbert push him by? No, Gilbert goes high. Away, he's going to push Everett Lane up there.
Uh-oh, this is going to be a 1,000th of a finish right here.
Oh my, that's a photo finish, boys. And Everett Lane is shown as the leader as Mitchell piles him up. Let's see if we can get an interview with our podium finishers. I'll take the leader. Burles, you take second. Jeff, you take third. Mike Ellis in the booth for Everett Lane, our winner tonight in the Super Speedway Series. You got me? Hey, Everett. Our winner in the 24 Fast Lane Racing, Everett Lane. You got me on the radio.
Got a copy. How you doing, Mike? Woo!
Boy, a hell of a race. I tell you what, it started out on the wrong foot. You had some heavy damage on the right front. You stayed out instead of using that repair. Boy, what a race, and here you are with the trophy.
Yeah, first thing I want to do is, I guess I got to apologize to Nick and Matt and everybody else that got my temper up there a little bit on the first lap. I just thought it was a little bit of too much banging just when the green came out, but, you know, those guys are competitive like I am, and, you know, we got a little heated there. I came up and gave them a little wave out the window and all, but, you know, I can't thank my teammates here. I had a good spotter up there tonight, and it was just an awesome race.
And I tell you what, I think you owe it all to Martin Porter, who got you up there, and he had to get dumped. But, boy, that's what teammates are all about. Who do you want to say hi to or thank?
I want to definitely thank my family. You know, they support me 100% in this stuff here. I want to thank Jacob Knives, Martin Porter, everybody from Fast Lane, Quick Lane, and even Left Lane. We got teams. We got good drivers in those teams. We all work together to get these cars up front and to compete. And it's just a good group of guys. I mean, we're competitive out here on the track, and, you know, some tempers rise here and there every once in a while. But after it's all said and done, we all like to get camaraderie around and do some BS. And so I like to thank all those guys.
And I tell you what, it's exciting up here in the booth. That's some of the best racing we've seen. We had green flag stops and then a photo finish at the end. Congratulations on the win.
Well, thank you, Mike. Mitchell raced me real clean there at the end. That was some good racing right there at the end. I can't thank all those guys enough. Damon pushed me there right toward the checkered flag. So, like I said, I can't thank all these guys enough.
All right, and Verlis is going to pick up our interview with second place, Mitchell Reeves.
Mitchell Reeves, you got a copy on Verlis?
I got you all, job.
Mitchell, I was quite impressed with your run, and I was quite impressed by your finish there with Everett. I thought you had him for a minute, but I think he got you by a hair. And glad to see the good, clean racing, especially after you had the little issue at the start of the race. Can you tell us what happened?
Well, it was a good race, Verlis. Definitely one of the best all-pro races finishes I've ever been in. Hats off to Everett. Made a heck of a move there. Just wasn't my day to win at Verlis, but hey, there's always next week. Definitely a great comeback after wrecked out last week. Got to thank Skiers Marine, all-pro racing, Fast Lane Racing. Did a heck of a job. There's a reason they're always up in the front every time. There's a reason I'm part of their wonderful race team too. But it was a heck of a race, and like you said earlier, had a bad start, lost a lot of teammates up there, got caught in some mishaps, but we ended up, after all the dust settled, it looked like we got a top three, and, you know, we'll take it back to Daytona and see what we can do in the trucks next week.
There you go. Great job. And I've got to say, Mitchell is a nice young man. Me being the senior citizen of all-pro racing, he's kind of taken under his wing as well as a lot of other people, but he worked with me all day today on drafting, and he's been a big help.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, and now I'll pick up our third place runner, Raul Alves. Raul, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on your podium finish, and welcome to All Pro Racing.
And I really appreciate it. I honestly had such a blast the last couple of laps. I knew I had a fast car all race long, and there was like no question about it. And I told the 30 car, I believe it was Rod, I said, you know, I'm gonna push you if it blows up. If it blows up, then whatever. But and I had such a blast. That's all I really cared about. I can't even believe I even finished third, to be honest with you. I thought I was gonna win it. I really, one more lap, I knew I could have won it, honestly.
Boy, it was exciting, and certainly had chills up here watching you and Rod making it work on the outside, and that old guy Rod side drafting like crazy on Damon Gilbert, but it kept you guys in it, huh?
Yeah, I told Rod, I said, you know, wherever you go, I'm gonna be behind you. I'm not gonna get off the gas or anything. I'm just gonna push, and that's what I did. I mean, like I told him, if it blows up, it blows up. And I mean, luckily it didn't, because my gauges were red for a couple of laps.
All right. Well, hey, welcome to All Pro. Congratulations on third. You have anybody you want to?
Yeah, to let y'all know, I'm going to get my friend Sean in here. I just actually am new to the sim racing world, and I just happened to drag him along with me as well, so hopefully we can get him on board.
All right. Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next time, Raul.
All right, thank you.
Top 5 being paid. Let's take a look at our finishing order there, Verlis. What's the rundown?
Well, Everett Lane, of course, he won it, and Mitchell Reeves, believe it or not, was only 1/10 of a second behind him. In third, Raul Alves, 72 hundredths of a second behind. Cecil Renee, 0.092, and Damon Gilbert, 0.101. So, you got 5 cars there with a second between them, and so basically it was anybody's race at the end.
Yeah, 1/10 of a second, actually, between first and fifth. Damon Gilbert, again, showing he belongs, one of the youngest in All-Pro racing, but he gets a top 5. Rod Romanus Sr., iRacing's very own Iron Man, finishes 6th and really schooled these guys, showing them how to make it work on the outside. James Hickson, 7th. Jason Hughes, the Denver Broncos car, number 8. Martin Porter, 9th. He got Everett Lane that win, I presume. He pushed him up there, and they separated. Dustin Loynes, welcomed him with top 10. Jeffrey Smith, 11th. Nick Hunt, 12th. And the final car in the lead lap, Christopher Mattes. A great race overall, and boy, that's 2 good races in a row for this series, Verlis. I can't wait for next week.
I don't know where it's more nervous, down there driving or up here in the booth, but I had a good time, and I hope I contributed, and of course I was a little nervous being this is my first time, but I'm glad JP3 had a chance to go down the race.
Well, absolutely. We got to get these guys in the car so they know how to talk about racing. We had some great racing tonight here at All Pro Racing. Make sure to join us next week, every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Thanks to Verlis Falcons for joining me. We're All Pro Racing. We'll see you next week.